Hi guys, hope you're all well and thanks for, coming and watching this video. Today I wanted to show you something that's not natural. I mean, it's not a green cosmetics. It's the Hourglass Veil translucent setting powder. I just wanted to show you this powder because at the moment that's what I'm using, because basically I used to use the Wise, their pressed powder from Wise, which I'm keeping in the foundation, the foundation Wise that I've finished and not repurchased. I've done a review on the foundation and explained why I didn't like it, so if you want to check that video out, please go ahead. And yeah, so this one unfortunately smells a bit funny, so it's like a bit rancid, so I can't really, I'm conscious that probably the 6 months have passed and so I can't use that one anymore, and that's why I had to purchase a new powder. And I didn't like, I wanted a loose powder, and I didn't really see anything that attracted me. Maybe the Alima powder I will purchase in the future, but I wanted to try this one out because it doesn't contain any talc. It just has like mica instead of talc, and it's got the diamond powder in it. That's why I thought, that's really good, very luxurious type of product. I've had this already for about good 2-3 months, and it lasts 12 months. Well, that's at least the kind of expiry date that's the Hourglass gives for this product. And it contains 10.5 grams of product, I believe. Yeah, 10.5 grams. And it's basically it's a translucent powder, so obviously this one goes well with all skin tones, because it doesn't leave any color on the skin, so it's really good for that. So in terms of the ingredients, it doesn't really have bad ingredients as such. I mean, it's not green, but it's not terrible in terms of the inchi or ingredients. It's just very finely milled. Actually, I'm gonna just look here because my computer is there next to the camera here on my left hand side, probably on your right hand side. So I'm just reading about this product. And by the way, this is like the box that it comes with, the standard Hourglass box. I got this from Liberty store here in London, just because I've got a store card, and every time I shop there I get points. So yeah, that's where I got it from. But I'm just reading on the Cult Beauty website. So it's a finely milled and weightless. This flawless powder features soft focus light reflecting particles which instantly blur imperfections and minimize the appearance of pores, fine lines and wrinkles. Suitable for all skin tones. The formula is translucent, gliding on to give an invisible natural skin finish effortlessly. The innovative signature Hourglass Gold Sifter allows for the perfect amount of product to be dispensed. Sleek, I hope you can see me, sleek, chic and high-performing. This represents everything we love about Hourglass. It's available both in full and travel-friendly sizes. So I've got the full size obviously, but if you just want to try it out because you're not sure whether you're gonna like it, or you don't want to spend, I spent 36 quid on this one, so you can get the 0.9 grams, so 0.9 grams of product for the travel size. The description here on Cult Beauty says, minimize the appearance of pores and fine lines and gives gives the skin a seamlessly smooth finish with Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder, formulated with soft focus light reflecting particles, utterly weightless formula, instantly blurring those pesky imperfections you'd rather weren't taking center stage, well, whatever, while also setting makeup for increased wear. The translucent formula suits all skin types and tones, giving an invisible, natural looking skin. It's perfect under the eyes to prevent creasing, delivered through an innovative and stylish signature hourglass sifter, which I show you without hopefully spilling any powder. So that's the gold sifter inside. So that's the cap, and this is the sifter. So that's that. You can use this mess-free powder anywhere, as well as blurring imperfections. The powder sets makeup for extended wear, leaving your face looking flawless whatever you get up to. They say, well, how to use: just pick up a small amount of powder and tap off excess, or apply powder all over the face to set makeup. In terms of blurring, they go on about blurring pores and fine lines. I mean, I haven't tried this powder on its own. I've always used this powder on top of, you know, to set my makeup, to set my base, which would be concealer and foundation, or just foundations if I'm, you know, because not every day I'm using both of them at the same time. So some days I use the foundation only, some other days I just use concealer, and some other days I use them both together. So I haven't used this one on its own, so I cannot say whether it does blur pores and fine lines, but you know, by using it on top of makeup, it does a good job of not mattifying the skin. It doesn't give you a glow, obviously, because it's not really a glowing powder. If I can show you, you know, I've got a bit of powder here left on the sifter, so this is how it looks, the powder. I can't see any particles to give the glow. I mean, it doesn't really claim to give a glow anyway. It's just a translucent powder, but you know, this is basically how it looks. You probably won't see much because you know, it's quite light. It's as maybe a tad lighter as my current skin tone, because I still got kind of a sort of a tan left over, but this is kind of how it looks, and it does a very good job at making the makeup last all day. What I like about is just it's not drying at all. It just it doesn't really, I wouldn't say blurs fine lines, to be honest. If you have lines, you know, they're gonna be there. There's no magic powder that's, in my opinion, blurs the lines, but that's, you know, if you have found that, please share it with me. Let me know which magic powder you're using, because I want to obviously, you know, make sure that my fine lines are erased or they look erased somehow. So yeah, it's basically, you know, I've always worn this powder on top of my makeup, but you know, it makes my makeup last all day, and it looks flawless as well. Again, doesn't make me look matte because it's not a mattifying powder. Even if I apply a bit much, well, I've never really applied too much powder, but when I've applied maybe a couple of layers of this powder, still I don't get the flat matte looking finish. It still has that, it still allows the skin to have its natural glow, and it's doing a good job really at making your makeup look better at the end of the day. You can you know, can kind of use a setting spray as well on top of this if you like, but I don't tend to do that. It's kind of I would say is this one, you know, it was the same as the Hourglass, but it's not you know, this is green, the Care Wise, but they both had the same kind of finish. Basically they are both not mattifying powders, they just leave the skin looking you know, kind of this. I'm still swatching it, even then I will throw it away because it's kind of has a rancid feeling, but it's like the same type of finish. So it's kind of this is the, I would say, green version of the Hourglass, even though it's in a pressed powder form rather than a loose powder. But I wanted to use a loose powder because, you know, I can just use my brush, and you know, this is like a pointed brush that I use, you know, so it's kind of it's doing a good job, but it's quite firm, so I just, you know, tap a bit and then apply it on my face. Especially I apply this powder, well, everywhere. And actually I will show you, because I don't have this powder on my nose at the moment. Sorry if I'm looking a bit scruffy. I have makeup here on my face, like bronzer and stuff, but not I don't have the I don't have any eye makeup because I've had a sty in the last few days. I still kind of have you know, it's still kind of there, but it's getting a lot better, thankfully. So so it's going away, but maybe I've picked up a bit too much. But just to show you what I'm doing, just top off the excess a bit. So I'm just using this as a mirror because it's kind of got a mirror here at the back. So you see what I'm saying is I didn't put this one before because I wanted to show you when I put it on my nose how it looks. So it's kind of you know, it's kind of less shiny than it was. I think, you know, you can probably tell, but it's not completely mattifying to the point that looks really dry or very flat matte. So yeah, it's basically that the issue. I mean the issue, no, sorry, not the issue. The issue is that unfortunately I can't see anything without glasses, and yeah, I can't wear any eye makeup because of this sty that is kind of going away, and I have to put this ointment in my eyes every day for like 3-4 times a day. And I've had this for a few days now, so it's kind of going away, but it's a slow process, so apologies if I'm looking, you know, not great. So basically that is it. I really enjoy this powder. It's very expensive to, you know, for a loose translucent setting powder, but at the end of the day it works really well for me. And I think I'll definitely repurchase this again in the future. You know, I'm not like a total purist. I mean, I try to just you know, stick to natural green products whenever I can, but you know, if there is something that doesn't have too bad of ingredients inside, then and I'd like to try and give it a shot and see if it works, then I make that choice. I'm not limiting myself just with green products. And you know, this one lasts longer. Obviously it's a lot more product than the Care Wise. That one only, the Care Wise only lasts for 6 months, and I think it only has about 6 grams of products, I believe. So you know, it's kind of if it lasted longer, I would probably repurchase the Care Wise, because that would be my preference, you know, having that natural green, all green organic makeup. But because it only lasts me 6 months, I'm never gonna be able to finish up that pan in 6 months. It's just too much product for, you know, I'm not like applying setting powder every single day, because I'm not wearing makeup every single day. Most of the times I am, but not every single day, so it's kind of even this one, you know, the Hourglass 10.5 grams of products, I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish all of it in a year, in 12 months that they give, you know, give here on the box is written 12 months. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it up, but you know, I'll try my best. But yeah, you don't need a lot to set up your face anyway, and even if you layer it, you do 2 layers, you will never see this powder like mattifying your face that much. So overall, I really, you know, if you want to try it out, I really recommend you trying out, because this suits many skin types. You know, whether you've got like oily skin, combination skin, or dry skin, this one suits many different skin types and skin tones, as I said in the beginning, because it's just translucent, so it doesn't leave any white cast or you know, any type of color on your face. So yeah, thumbs up for this. And if you like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe, and like the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks, bye, have a good day, bye.